Hello, you're watching ERi-TV. Welcome to English News Broadcast. These are the top stories. 13 patients diagnosed positive for COVID-19 in tests carried out today. The Ministry of Information, in cooperation with the UNDP, organized a 6-month training program. China and EU hold high-level strategic dialogue. And North Korean leader offers to restore inter-Korean hotline. The local news. We have an announcement from the Ministry of Health. 13 patients have been diagnosed positive for COVID-19 in tests carried out today at quarantine centers in the central region. On the other hand, 6 patients who have been receiving medical treatment in hospitals in the Central 4 and Gashbaka 2 regions have recovered fully and have been discharged from these facilities. The total number of recovered patients has accordingly risen to 6,635, while the number of deaths stands at 42. The total number of confirmed cases in the country to date has increased to 6,722. Minister of Health, Asmara, September 30, 2021. The Ministry of Information, in cooperation with the United Nations Development Programme UNDP, organized a 6-month training program aimed at developing the overall capacity of the journalists in the Ministry of Information. The training was provided by the Kenyan expert, and 93 journalists from various departments took part. The training included journalistic ethics, news components, news directing, photography and its significance, news presentation, newspaper design and layout, proper use of social media, analysis of foreign news, news writing, as well as importance of production planning. At the graduation event conducted today, the United Nations Development Programme expressed readiness in cooperation with the Ministry of Information to organize more training programs with a view to develop human resources of the ministry. Mr. Yemane Gebremeskel, Minister of Information, Ms. Amakoba Sander, UN Resident Coordinator in Eritrea, and Mr. James Wakayiga, UNDP Resident Representative in Eritrea, handed over certificates to the graduates. Fifty identified needy youths in the southern region were provided material support worth over 280,000 nakfa. The beneficiary youths were among those that were provided with vocational training this year in cooperation with the National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students and the National Confederation of Eritrean Workers. Speaking at the event held on September 26 in Mendefara, Mr. Samson Goitom, head of the follow-up of the projects, said the union branch is exerting efforts to develop the overall capacity of the youth and called on the youth to take advantage of the opportunity. Mr. Girmay Gebru, head of the National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students in the southern region, said the objective of the training that has been organized for youth in the region was to develop the vocational capacity of the youth and enable them to contribute their part in the development programs and thereby improve their livelihoods. The National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students in 2018 has provided over 732,000 free of interest to 29 youths that were provided training of poultry and bee farming, beauty salon, weaving, and graphics. This is according to further reports. At a commemoration event conducted in connection with the June 20 Martyrs Day, nationals in the Scandinavian countries contributed over 400,000 kroner to augment the Martyrs Trust Fund. According to reports, nationals in various cities of Norway contributed 33,037 kroner, nationals residing in Oslo and its environment 85,190 kroner, and national associations and organizations contributed 196,480 kroner. Likewise, nationals residing in Denmark contributed 23,000 kroner. National associations and organizations, as well as individual nationals in Sweden, contributed 390,758 kroner. According to reports, at a ceremony conducted in connection with the 30th anniversary of the beginning of the armed struggle for Eritrea's independence, the nationals in the Scandinavian countries have contributed over 496,180 kroner. Now back with international news after a short break. Welcome back. China and EU hold high-level strategic dialogue. The Chinese State Councilor and Foreign Minister Wang Yi co-chaired the 11th round of high-level strategic dialogue between China and the European Union with Joseph Borrell, the EU's High Representative for Foreign Affairs and Security Policy, via video link. Both China and the EU believe that bilateral exchanges should be based on mutual respect, seeking common ground while shelving differences, expanding cooperation and reducing antagonism, upholding the international order based on the UN Charter and its international law, and jointly address common challenges such as COVID-19 and climate change. This is according to the Wang. The EU has said on many occasions that it welcomes China's development, has no intention of engaging in institutional confrontation, and will not engage in any form of new Cold War. Wang said there have been more contacts and dialogues between China and the EU, and many consensuses have been reached, which will help enhance understanding, expand mutual trust, and reduce misjudgments. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un said he is willing to restore severe inter-Korean hotlines next month, but accused the United States of proposing talks without changing its hotline policy to the country. This according to state media KCNA. Kim made the remarks at the reclusive country's rubber-stamp parliament, the Supreme People's Assembly, which gathered for a second day to discuss the country's political, economic, and social agenda. Kim expressed his willingness to reconnect inter-Korean hotlines starting from October, while criticizing the South's disillusion over what it calls military provocations from the North. North Korea severed the hotlines in early August in protest against joint South Korean-U.S. military drills just days after reopening them for the first time in a year. Hawaii's Kilauea volcano was erupting in full swing today. This is according to the U.S. Geological Survey. The U.S. Geological Survey says what was once a cooling lava lake is now a new split eruption. The U.S. Geological Survey Hawaiian Volcano Observatory HVO elevated Kilauea's volcano alert level from Watch 2 warning and its aviation color code from orange to red as the new eruption and associated hazards are evaluated. The latest alert level and color code imply that a hazardous eruption is imminent, underway, or suspected. The eruption was not on an area whose homes and was fully contained within the Hawaiian Volcanoes National Park. Tokyo today was bracing for the approach of Typhoon Midul as the storm moved northeast, appearing likely to brush the Japanese capital with high winds and heavy rain by tomorrow morning. Midulu, a Korean word for dandelion, was briefly a Category 5 typhoon, but has been weakening as it moves towards Japan at a speed of 20 kilometers an hour. It is still likely to be a Category 2 storm when it's closest to Tokyo tomorrow. Footage from a local broadcaster showed high waves pounding the coast of Hachijuma, a remote island located around 300 kilometers south of Tokyo. The Tokyo area could see a rainfall of 10 to 15 centimeters in the 24 hours up to the morning of October 2nd. This is according to the Japanese Meteorological Agency. And a reminder of the top stories. 13 patients diagnosed positive for COVID-19 and test carried out today. The Ministry of Information, in cooperation with the UNDP, organized a 6-month training program. China and EU hold high-level strategic dialogue. And North Korea leader offers to restore inter-Korean hotline. That's it for today. Thanks for watching.